So for the final piece of my evaluation, I'll be answering the question, how did you use new media technologies in the construction, research, planning and evaluation stages? So in the construction phase, the camera we used was a Canon SD. It was a better camera than what we had originally used in the practice task, ManSwap, and it's noticeable the difference in quality, so stepping up from an ordinary video camera to the Canon SD really helped us with our final piece. As well as the Canon SD, we also used a GoPro camera. The GoPro camera helped us follow the observational convention of the idea of the fly on the wall. The fly on the wall is basically where the viewer gets to see what's on screen without the people on screen knowing they're being filmed, so they'll act like they normally do in an everyday situation. So by doing this and following that convention with the GoPro camera, that really allowed us to, get real reactions, footage of real situations, and not people acting as if they're on camera. So it made our documentary, if anything, better and more realistic. Also in the construction phase, the use of a microphone along with the Canon SD was vital, because from a practice task, one key thing we took away was that the use of no microphone didn't help us at all, as the audio levels were all out. We couldn't pick up some things. Background noise was a massive issue, and we had to use poorer shots over others because they had better sound levels. So better cameras and better microphones was really needed. We used the Rode Video Mic and the Rode Video Mic Pro for our final piece. So by the time we'd actually filmed all the shots that we wanted, we then were faced by the challenge of actually constructing it and putting it together. So we went about this by using Final Cut Pro. That's what we used for our practice task as well, but we used that software over iMovie, as iMovie I used previously in the AS year, and I believe that Final Cut Pro gives you a better finish. You have many more options, like many more tools, like sound correcting, stuff like that, and it's just easier as well. So yeah, we use Final Cut Pro to edit and construct and put together our final piece. So as we went through our editing and we were near the completion of it, we always had an idea. We had the script as to what we wanted the voiceover to be, but then it actually got to recording it. So initially we just used the microphones we had used before in documentaries, so the Rode Video Mic and the Rode Video Mic Pro, but the standard and the quality that we got from that was nowhere near as good as the quality of work we wanted. So from that we then stretched out and we looked for a better microphone, and the best quality microphone we used was the Citronic CCU1 microphone, and we actually recorded our voiceover in a studio with that type of microphone, and that really gave us a quality of voiceover that we wanted. Now on to the ancillary tasks. This is all about getting our documentary out there, trying to get as many people into it and interested as possible. It's all about the advertisement basically. And the construction and production of our ancillary tasks were again very reliant on the latest softwares and the latest technologies. So for our ancillary tasks, the first one we did was a poster, a big poster that we used Photoshop CS6, and that helped us just produce a very high quality poster, a lot of good effects on it, and again we used the Canon SD camera to take our original photo and then edit it on Photoshop CS6. So for our second and final ancillary task, as a group we went with the radio advert. Again we used the Citronic CCU1 microphone when we recorded in the studio, same as the voiceover, and then to edit it and put it together we used Logic Pro 9 on the MacBook Pro computer. So now onto the research phase. Using things like YouTube, BBC iPlayer, ITV Player, or even just Sky and viewing them live, watching different types of documentaries that were already out there really gave us ideas and inspiration as to what to do and where we could go with our own documentary. As well as that, using things like PowerPoints, Prezi, YouTube, or like vlogs, Powtoon, all that kind of stuff that I have on my research page also helped me to put stuff onto my blog that I had researched. So for when we were planning certain things that we needed to do, we used a Facebook group chat or social media stuff to contact each other, so we could find out when we wanted to shoot, what we wanted to do on what day, and when we wanted to do stuff. We also emailed Miss Dowry and Martin, the heads of the catering staff, so we could ask when they were available or when we could film, what times we could film, stuff like that. And finally, the use of Microsoft Excel, that helped us produce a planning schedule as to what we were going to film and when we were going to film it. So all of the planning, all those three things really made us more organised and more time efficient. So in my evaluation, again, similarly to that of my research, online channels such as 4OD, ITV, BBC, all helped me to compare and contrast my documentary with other ones that are already out there, and that allowed me to put that on my evaluation, and then using Google for that purpose as well to find other examples and pictures to compare and contrast in my evaluation. As well as that, the use of things like PowerPoint, Prezi, Word, Powtoon, Voki, all of that kind of stuff has been used in my evaluation, and that's a very big part of my evaluation. It does mix things up, so I'm not just writing blocks of text, it doesn't get too boring. And I've found that Powtoon, all of these new and modern ways of evaluating, they are really good ways of getting a lot of detail and a lot of stuff in my evaluation across without writing massive blocks of text. And for this video I'm making right now, and other videos that I have made and used in my research, planning, evaluation, I've used iMovie and then uploaded it onto YouTube.